All right, thank you. So the title is Mobilizing Youth Power for the TB response in, sorry, let me quickly close this. Good. So in this presentation, I'll give you a brief overview in terms of TB situation in South Africa and provide a justification why do we involve youth in our TB response, touch briefly on the challenges, and then talk about the lessons that we've learned. But I'll use our TB campaign as a case study. This is our situation. We high-burden TB, high-burden HIV, high-burden DRTB. As you can see, our latest estimate shows the number there, almost 250,000 cases every year, and high mortality, 54,000 people die from TB in South Africa. Of course, we have one of the highest HIV co-infection, sitting at 54%. So our TB population made of individuals who generally, like half of them would have HIV, which means we'll be dealing with two conditions. And you can see catastrophic cost is quite bad, 56%. And 64% of our DRTB undergo catastrophic cost during TB treatment. Now, in terms of the youth engagement, we do this because youth are central to TB awareness, access, and adherence. So we really feel they are capable of shaping norms, language, and peer behavior. So the youth engagement enables faster uptake of testing and treatment literacy. So these are just some of the pictures of activities that the program has been conducting on the ground with our partners. So these are real activities. They're not pictures from the magazine. So as I present, I also give a short report in terms of what we were doing. Now, this is really aligned with our plan because acceleration of reduction of TB incidence and mortality are key issues for us. And we've developed the 4 pillars around communication, advocacy, finding, linking, treating, and retaining in care. This is our plan. And when you look at the messaging that we work with the youth on around awareness, because it's critical. They need to make sure people are aware and then create demand because there are a lot of dynamic norms in that area, reason to test. Stigma is a big problem with HIV, with TB in South Africa. So this has to be addressed. And the health-seeking behavior, we know that the youth, are not very much interested in spending a lot of time in clinics. So these are some of the challenges that we have, and we use them really to turn around, to make sure we work around that to solve the issues. Like you can see, these are various gatherings that our TB program been conducting out there to make sure the youth are involved, they know what is happening, and they help us then to, educate other people. Some are taken care of by their grandparents, who also then get to be educated by them. So it is really a good dynamic. Now, in terms of our NTB campaign, we use a social behavior change communication approach. And as you can see, the messaging and everything really takes cognizance of the fact that what is good for an individual is not necessarily, what you need for the family, for the community, for the policies and makers and all that. So the messages are going according to the context, but we work with youth to co-create those messages. So they're not just passive passive recipient, which is something positive. So other strategies include, for example, this is our toolkit, social behavior communication change toolkit, where we involve the youth. So you could have games and various other activities that we're conducting. There's a plan around that. Art competition is another area where we do. You can see this one. It's time to test and treat for TB. So as they play with art stuff, they also talk about TB and they remember something and they talk to their families as well. We also have various youth-centered target approaches to institutions of learning and those of higher learning. So these are the colleagues in the Northern Cape. They went to a university, talked to young people there, and then some of our Genesis partners joined this. It was a joint activity, a joint activation. So these are some of the activities that we do with the youth. Sometimes we talk to traditional health practitioners, but I will not talk much about that today. Today is about the youth. This is one of our ambassadors. This became one of our first young person learning in one of the institutions in South Africa. One of the first, very first who got the 6 months BPAL regimen when we introduced it in 2023. It was the end of the year. He felt so bad, and when we approached him to say we talking when we're celebrating World TB Day commemoration, do you mind talking to the people? He jumped in the plane from one of the towns in Eastern Cape, came to Johannesburg, spoke to people, and we invited him again. So it's been really very good to work with such youth that know what they want, and they talk about their experience of getting a 6 months regimen for MDR TB, getting cured. They now again, the young again, they have ambition and feel that life has a new purpose. So I thought it was good to talk about it. We also have a My TB Story platform where people win when they give their stories. This has been an opportunity as well to allow youth to express themselves. Some of them won some awards. It was very, very good. It's a bit quiet now, but we'll soon revive it. This is a very good way of dealing with social media and access channel. Very, very important. The youth on Facebook, Instagram, and all that. At some point, we wasted a lot of money on national television. But then someone said, no, you can achieve more or even double by targeting youth on Facebook and all this, which the National Department of Health is now doing it for all other diseases in South Africa, but also allowing people of South Africa to see what's happening with testing has also helped a lot, because then you can look at your district, your province, and see whether the target allocated has been achieved. If you guys are not achieved, like here you can see achievement was 58%. So you don't really need to call a meeting to tell people that you're not achieving. Pull up your socks. Maybe they never have those socks. So they can see themselves, and then they talk to their politician, local politician, they deal with. So it's a good way of mobilizing people around. So in closing, I would like to say that we've learned a few lessons working with the youth. The first one really is that we should involving them in the design of the framework. It's been very, very good. Of course, you also invest in their training, mentorship, and all that. But for sustainability, what they've learned is critical, and we're very happy we involve them, because youth is not the future of TB response, it's the present. A lot of empowered youth strengthen awareness, access, and adherence in our program, which we find very useful. So that is all from me. Thank you so much.